and today I am going to be talking to you about the different places you can get yarn dyeing supplies in the UK. I have briefly mentioned it across several different videos, but I thought it would be much more useful if it was all in one handy dandy little spot instead of you having to fight to find it. If you don't know who I am, hello. Like I've said, my name is Hannah. I live in Nottingham in the UK, and I am the business owner behind the Corner of Craft, and I dye yarn under the label Chromatic Yarns. All of my colourways are inspired by Dungeons and Dragons because I like to crit and knit. And yeah, when I was looking for this information a good few years ago, there were lots of different places, and I'm not saying that this is the be-all and end-all list of everything. I'm just talking to you about the stuff that I have found and the stuff that I have used and the stuff that I like, and my hair is annoying me already. But a lot of the information that I was looking for was supplies in the US and just North America in general, and so I thought I would make a list in the UK. Like I said, these aren't the only places where you can find the dye supplies. I'm just talking of websites, shops, places that I've used, that I trust, that I like. But if there's anything that you've used, trust and like, please leave it in the comments down below because I love learning new things and trying new things. So let's start with the basics. Bare yarn. Now I have a lot of bare yarn. I'm currently prepping for Yarndale, which means that I had to buy quite a lot of stock in. But I get my yarn from two main places in the UK. A lot of my yarn bases are from a company called Chester Wool Company. They have a huge wide variety of bases and weights and fibres, but I know a lot of dyers like to use Chester Wool Company. They do have a minimum order quantity of 5 kilograms, which is 50 skeins, and that's quite a lot of yarn. Quite a lot of yarn. If you just want to have a few skeins, just have a little trial. They do have like a sister company, so it's the same company, but it's called Blue Faced Yarns, and there you can just order one-off skeins or a couple of skeins, either to try the base or if you just want to dye up a couple of skeins of yarn, that's also an option. But to order through Chester Wool Company, all you have to do is email them. They can send you through a price list, and you email them telling them what you want, and then they'll send you an invoice, you pay for the invoice, and then they'll send you the yarn. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you have to initially set up an account with them. That probably makes a lot of sense, but once that's all done, it's really easy breezy. Yeah, it's not hard work at all. You don't have to worry about a phone call or anything. And the great thing is, depending on the time of day you place the order, I tend to try and email in the morning and try and pay for it in the morning, and then they ship it out that same day, which is great. And then my yarn very often arrives the next day via Parcel Force. They use Parcel Force to ship their yarn, and yeah, I've never had an issue. They have a maximum kilogram weight per box, which is 24 kilos in a box, and that is £11 postage at time of recording. It's not bad. It's not bad. I know that postage is a lot more for international customers. The other place that I order my merino bases from, and also my fluffy lace, my mohair base, is from Yarn Undyed. And yeah, I just really liked one. I like the look of the squat skein of the merino sock in comparison to the longer skeins, but also I like how soft it is because it is just buttery soft, and that is the 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon base, and I just really like that. And I use them for the sparkle base because I like the Lurex sparkle. I find it easier to dye, and I just find it much more sparkly than the Stellina sparkle base, but obviously there's place for all of these. But they are another company that has a huge variety of fibres, weights, bases, all of that. So there are two ways you can buy on Yarn Undyed. You can either just order from the website, or if you're going to be ordering a larger quantity, you can set up a wholesale account. Once again, that is on the website, and order from there. They have ones for Europe as well as the UK, I'm pretty sure, but I just really like their merino base. I just think it's really nice. With both of these places, it's obviously cheaper to buy wholesale, but not everyone needs 50 kilos, blimey. Not everyone needs 5 kilos of yarn at once, because that is quite a lot of yarn. So it will be cheaper for you if you buy fewer skeins, even if you're paying more per skein, because you don't need to buy 5 kilos of yarn, if that makes sense. I don't know. Depends how much yarn dyeing you're planning on doing. So next up we have the dyes. I use acid dyes to dye all of my yarn, and yeah, I use 3 main brands of dye. That's not to say that these are the only 3, there are way more, but these are the 3 that I have used and I enjoy. First up, we have Colourcraft dyes. These are the ones that I've been using the longest. Colourcraft is based in Sheffield, and when I started out, I really wanted to use a lot of UK-based stuff, hence me loving Blueface Leicester, hence me using Colourcraft dyes. I will say, ordering directly from the company's website is very annoying because there's about a 2-week turnaround time, and I'm not organised enough to deal with a 2-week turnaround time. So I order from somewhere else now. I find their colours to be very consistent, and you can get a variety of tub sizes. So you can get the 25 grams, which is just a little tub. You can get the 50 grams, which is that little bit bigger. And you can also get up 100 grams, and these are all very grubby and very well used. Like I say, I no longer order from the company itself. I order from Peak District Yarns. Yes. They are based in the Peak Districts, obviously, but they dye yarn, it's beautiful, but they also stock the Colourcraft dyes, and shipping time so much faster, so I choose to buy from them instead of from Colourcraft. The next brand of dyes are based in the USA, I believe, and they are Dharma dyes. They are a little less consistent between their colours, but I do really like them. They're quite strong, bold colours. I initially used them for my neons before Colourcraft got neons in. I haven't used Colourcraft neon, but I just kind of branched out and have used lots of different ones. The place I get these from in the UK is Dina's Home of Crafts. She's based in Birmingham, and yeah, there is currently some shortages of pigments, so all of the colours aren't currently available. I'm dying to get my hands on Delphinium Blue so much, but that's fine. I'm having to work around it a little bit. That's fine. But Dina's Home of Crafts usually stock all of the colours, which is amazing. And they have colour charts up, and yeah, she's so good. Also have very quick postage times. And the most recent ones that I have added into my collection are Landscapes dye. I discovered them at the Wool Monty. Wing and Wools was just opposite me, and Selena through the Wardrobe Bianco came to, it was nice meeting her, she was lovely, and said, oh yeah, these are good dyes. They're based in Australia, those dyes, and Wing and Wools stocks them, which is wonderful. They already have a bit of citric acid mixed in with them, because if you don't know to use acid dyes, you need some form of acid, be it vinegar or citric acid, and heat and water. So they already have a bit of citric acid mixed in. I always put a bit extra on because I'm paranoid, but I like how granular they are, and I feel like they speckle really well as well. So I have a bunch in a box that I'm going to be using today for dyeing yarn, which I'm really excited about, and you may have already seen the colourways that I've created with them. Hopefully they're lovely, but I think that they are going to become a more regular thing. They also have a couple of different sizes, and yeah. For the acid portion of dyeing, I use citric acid. I buy the big old tubs from Amazon. I will say they've doubled in price since 2020. Yeah. I do have an Amazon storefront that you can shop all the stuff that I use for dyeing with. One of them. And yeah, I just like citric acid. I find it easy to use. I find it not messy. I mean, sure, I spill it sometimes, I'm human, but it doesn't smell as bad as vinegar, because, you know, you've got wet sheep smell plus vinegar. Ooh, unpleasant. But yeah, I buy it from 5 kilos at a time from Amazon, but before that, when I was dyeing in much smaller quantities, I was using citric acid that I bought at Wilko's. It's 250 grams, and it's like £1 something, and you can buy it in the cleaning section of Wilko's. It's a little blue box that says citric acid on it. And yeah, you can buy it from there, because then you don't have to buy 5 kilos at a time, because this lasts me a fair while. And that is where I got all my material supplies from for dyeing yarn. If you would like another video on equipment and what I use and where I get it from and all of that fun stuff in a future video, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear feedback on this. If this is something that you'd be interested in, would you like to find out more about it, blah, blah, blah. Because obviously, I'm coming at you today, not obviously, I'm coming at you today from my dye shed. I got this done last year, it's lovely. But for years, I dyed in a kitchen. So if you would like info about setting up the dye shed, what that consisted of, or what equipment I currently use to dye yarn, or all of that, let me know. Comments, that would be lovely. It was originally going to be part of this video, but I feel like it would be too long if I would go off on that tangent as well. So, you know, if you want it to be a separate part, please let me know. If you have any questions, please ask them. I will try and get back to you. I am not an expert. I'm not an expert on this, but I didn't want to gatekeep this information. I mean, I did for a while, because you know, you get precious about things, but Mario talked to me about how bakers don't hide where they get all their supplies and equipment from, and I was like, yeah, that's fair. So maybe I shouldn't as well. If you have any recommendations of shops or products or dye or anything that you use, I would love to hear them. I love discovering new things, and yeah, let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that this video was interesting and informative. If you would like a t-shirt like this for yourself, check the description box. I've also linked all of the shops that I have mentioned. If you would like to follow me on social media, that would be absolutely delightful. Links can all be found in the description box below. And yeah, I'll write this up in a blog post and get that out there as well, so then you can have the text of what I have said. Even though it won't be exact, it'll be like a rough doodah. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see me crop up in your life a little bit more, feel free to subscribe. I post a new video here once a week, and if you want an extra one, I do have a Patreon where you get 2 videos a week, because you get 1 extra one plus the one I give everyone. So please check the description box if you'd like to become part of the Biscuit Brew crew. That would be delightful and I would love that, but obviously there is 0 pressure. And yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and share it with anyone who is thinking of getting into yarn dyeing. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!